Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Dawntrail continues. Late start, clearly. Kind of paid off, though. If you see down here at the bottom, I am a levels 97 samurai now. So I can turn in those story quests and not waste the XP. But that is not why I'm late. That's just what I did while I was being late. There was some work going on. Apartments next to me. It was very loud all day long. But it's okay. Gave me time to catch up. Remember when I said I wanted to get off early yesterday so I can work on some other stuff? But then I stayed on here till like 7 anyway. I got to work on that other stuff. And clearly I got my samurai up to level 97. So, with that being said, it's time to make my way back to the entrance of what was this? Heritage found? Heritage found. All right. So now I have another job that I can mess around with. Like if there's fates, I can switch to this and do them. If there's that. I will obviously shared fate. It's not going to show up here because I haven't done one yet. I'm going to need to do my fates so I can get my writing map whenever there's a gemstone vendor here. I'm going to have to do... Oh, I don't have it on... I don't have it on here, do I? Uh-oh. I'm not ready. Leave me alone. I was prepared for something strange, but this, it's like another world. I don't understand. All right, what we're gonna do here is get my Mad Max, my Fist of the North Star character. Doesn't make sense. The tower, was it always there? No. No, definitely not. Nor the wall over there. The material's not something we use in Toral. It's closer to what we saw at the gate to the Golden City, or those mechanical soldiers. Such a massive structure couldn't possibly have been built in so short a time. And I'm inclined to assume we've been transported to another location. Or perhaps... Well, speculation will avail us not. We need to learn more before we can draw conclusions. Let's take a look around then. Northwest, up here. Oh boy. Yeah, this fits. I was looking at something else, sorry. I don't have time to waste. That person is in a fucking tank. Looks like a train station, doesn't it? That must be the Yasulani train station where the passengers disembarked. Perhaps we'll find someone to talk to there. Let's go and investigate. You know what? I want to do something. I'm not going to hear the music because I'm listening to zone music, but I did get some new mounts. Got that from Sephiroth Extreme. It was part of my Wondrous Tales. That's what I did with the Samurai today. I hit Wondrous Tales. I did the blah blah blah. All the challenge logs. Well, not all of them, but you know, battles, fates. Come on! Why would you send me? Oh. I also got this one from while I was doing other stuff. I had oh, by the way, if you're watching, should be drops enabled. I got that from watching a stream while I was working. I'm pretty sure this is Yasulani Station. From the state of it, I swear it was abandoned years ago. I'm not sure what to make of this. We should look around a bit more. Dilapidated building. Oh, it was going. The building is a rotting husk. I also did with the sound. Oh, hold on. This is still like that from when I was just doing all of my things. Had got a bunch of poetics. Had to spin some too, so I can. So I got some gear for some other jobs that I need to level up for the role quests. You find a train turntable. The thick layer of rust suggested it has been used in years. This is weird. Did it like... The dome just showed up. How did this happen? The tracks are heavily rusted. It would seem they haven't been tended for a long while. Finished poking around, have you? Let's gather everyone then. I want you all to take a look at this. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. It's one of the mechanical soldiers, long since broken, apparently. But I'd say its presence confirms this is indeed Zoral Jaw's domain we're in. What about the rest of you? Did you learn something? Anything? So all evidence suggests this is Yasulani train station. I've no doubt we're in Yasulani. I don't understand why these buildings are so run down. They were completed barely a year ago. For new structures to deteriorate and enormous ones to appear in a flash, if I didn't know any better, I'd say time flows differently here. Is such a thing even possible? We've encountered this phenomenon before, as it so happens. Though it may be difficult to believe, our world is but one of several. In some respects, they are similar to one another, but in others, wholly different. We call them reflections. Simply put, the rift between dimensions causes time to flow at a different pace in each world. While hours pass in one, years may have come and gone in another. But if this is Usulani, then we should still be in the source. The flow of time should be synchronized. I'm not sure I follow all this talk of reflections and dimensions. But if Erenville says this is Usulani, then it must be. Your village is a little further along, right? Hey, snap out of it, Erenville. Yes, it's a short distance to the northwest. Let's head there next, then. Rather than talk theory, it's always better to confirm things firsthand. May I be of assistance? It's still functioning? Yes, please assist us, pink-faced robot. Doesn't seem to be hostile, at least. Perhaps we can ask it some questions. Can you tell us where we are? You don't know where you are? Exterminate! Oh. Unable to confirm credentials. Please present citizen identification. Uh-oh. Show us your papers. Unable to confirm credentials. Confirm. Seems it's broken after all. Looks strange by half. Let's leave it be and get going. Until it wakes up and comes after us. Those lightning rods. Would you accompany me for a moment? Something I wish to investigate. Doom, 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 doom. Look there. The lightning appears to be drawn to those pole-shaped structures over yonder. The design suggests there are some manner of lightning rod. Let's go take a closer look. Alright, I need to do this then. Can't waste XP. Not a lot, but still XP that would get wasted if I didn't. Here, you know what I'm gonna do while I'm here and I'm doing this? Let's just go ahead and get some exploration. If it'll let me. A wall here. Hold up. I tried to save you. I couldn't. Forlorn Maiden. I mean to do that. It's been like 10 minutes and I already forgot how to play this character, and I've been doing it all day. I got it. All right. That's one. Need 5 more, but I don't even have an available vendor yet, because even though there was a thing here, it was also a rundown, dilapidated spot. Dude, the music of these zones is so good. Oh shit. Am I gonna have to dodge 100 lightning bolts for an ultimate weapon? Doom 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 doom. Oh, I help ya. I help ya. Can I help ya? All right, that should at least be good for the time being. I'm not in combat. It's in combat. All right. Cornholio. This material appears to be the same as that used in the mechanical soldiers and warships. On closer inspection, it appears to bear fine etchings, rather reminiscent of arcane runes. These, I suspect, they're not merely decorative. I would posit it's used to harness lightning as a source of energy. Quite impressive technology. I'll share this observation with Stola. For a blessing, the dome doesn't appear to interfere with link pearls. Thanks for accompanying me. Let's head to the village to find the others. Uh-oh. This is Aaronville's village. This does not bode well. What in the world?
It's in ruins. But why? What happened here? Where is everyone?
I had a look in a few of the other houses, but they had clearly been abandoned.
Damn it all. None of this makes sense.
Excuse me? Are you looking for someone?
Oh boy, who are you? Was that the girl I saw on the bridge during the attack?
I apologize for giving you a fright. However, I did have reason to keep to the shadows. Sorolcha has told me a great deal about you.
Sorolcha?
Greetings, and welcome to the realm of Alexandria. I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
Queen of Reason?
If you are the Queen of Reason, is there perhaps a...
Yes, if you mean to ask if there is a King of Resolve. Zorulja holds that title, and together do we reign.
Then you are both behind the attack on Tulihiola.
And I doubt you're here to offer us a warm reception. No, you have it all wrong. I am not come to fight. Zorulja rules alongside me, but that is a matter of expedience. In truth, we are at odds, he and I.
He just wants to kill everyone, you don't?
It is at considerable risk to myself and my people that I come before you to beg your aid.
Our aid? I'll admit I cannot imagine King Zorolja is keen to share and share alike. But if what you say is true, you're still the Queen.
Indeed. But I was once the sole ruler of Alexandria. Until one day, he appeared.
That's just
bent on conquest. In my weakness, I feared his power. So I persuaded him to forego violence and strike a bargain. I would remain queen, and he would receive technology that would empower him to achieve even loftier ambitions, along with the knowledge to use it. A gamble, to be sure, but if it might spare my people... If I may, the dome surrounding these lands was erected but recently. How is it he was able to not only invade, but instate a new system of leadership in a mere matter of days?
Because he's not been in here for a matter of days.
I've never heard of your realm. And this place is, or at least was, Yasulani. The house I grew up in is still here. But 3 years ago, that tower and these strange contrivances weren't. Nor was our village in ruins. Where did you come from? And what happened to the people who lived here? You must know!
I realize how confusing this all must be. Truth be told, I don't fully understand it myself.
Mm-hmm.
What I can say is that one day, people from your Tuliolol suddenly appeared here in Alexandria. Or perhaps it was we who found ourselves in Tuliolol. Until but recently, we were completely unaware of events taking place beyond the barrier surrounding our realm.
Does this not remind you of the Crystal Tower? How after the 8th Umbral Calamity, we devised a means to transport the Spire across time and space from the source unto the first. Granted, this is on a much larger scale, if that is indeed what has happened. Not only the people and structures, but also the surrounding environment. Regardless, the people of Lakeland perceived the arrival of the Crystal Tower much as the Queen describes her own experience. Sudden and inexplicable.
Well then, you appear to have a better grasp of our circumstances than we do. Indeed, more than I dared hope. In which case, a closer examination of the effects of this phenomenon may afford us more insights. Allow me to take you to the outskirts. A number of the Shatona live there as well. Perhaps your acquaintances are among them.
Hold on.
Hold up.
Except, there's no guarantee we're not walking into a trap.
But if we're to defeat Zorolja, we need to understand how he grew so strong. Besides...
You're right.
Ugh, hate it.
Queen Sphene, before
Sphene.
we go, Your Majesty, I have to ask, did you really have nothing to do with the attack on Tuliolol?
Noble Wook Lamart, shall we dispense with the formalities? I'll not deny the soldiers and airships that attacked your people are products of Alexandria. But it was Zorolja, not we, who fashioned them into weapons of war and laid siege to Tuliolol.
So he alone is to blame.
No, I may not have prosecuted this war, but I nevertheless bear responsibility for it.
Perhaps. I know next to nothing about you, let alone what you've been through. So by all means, show us around. I think we'll learn a lot from meeting your people.
Words on her back.
Wonderful. If you would follow me.
Isn't it a little odd for the queen to be walking about on her lonesome?
Is that concern or suspicion?
Both?
If things should take a turn for the worse, might I call upon your aid?
You're
I jest, of course.
very
But
lackadaisical about all
Striking
this.
is the most capable here.
You hear that, everyone? I mean, now my friends got me where I need to be. What say you, Alice? You didn't just follow all willy-nilly like... Uh-huh. Ugh. I think it goes without saying, but we're not going to trust her just like that, right? Any way you look at it, a mysterious girl who appears out of nowhere proclaiming herself a queen is suspicious. You got that right, I'll say. Well, having established that we should be wary, we could use more information. So let's head to this place, the outskirts, and see what we can learn. Perhaps about Sphene as well. So I wasn't sure, but like with Alexandria and some of that music, is that like Final Fantasy IX stuff? Because I'll be honest, out of like all the mainline games that have been out, at least in I'm very it's the one I'm one of the most unfamiliar with. I did play it, I did beat it, but I binged it in like 2 weeks, usually after midnight when my roommates were asleep and I was drinking, so the memories are a little foggy. This music is fucking awesome. Oh, I'm not gonna. Can I get it? It's all right. I just wish I wouldn't stop to start over. But that's very what that reminds me of, 11. Where the zone music would stop and then it'd just be quiet for a while. And then it would start up again. Alright, defective sentry, you just sit there and keep being defective. I said sit there, keep being defective. No bats. Oh, you know what I should be doing too? I don't have it on this job. Hold on. Nice. Do. Here it is. I just need the bats to leave me alone long enough. Oh. East. Oh no. Did I just run into a dead end? I did. I wasn't paying attention. All right. I'll get ready to listen to that music a lot. Vroom vroom. Sprinklers. This is a really cool looking zone. Oh, is it gonna be up there? Probably. Southwest. The fact that I don't see it right here means it's probably on top of that ledge. Yep. And for that, I'll have to go all the way back around here. So... Come on. Perhaps you have similar farming facilities in Toral? Completely different from ours. I've got no idea what all these machines do. We settled on this approach after some trial and error. The Turali have their own methods of farming, which they wanted to continue employing. But the environment makes it challenging. There's too much rain and not enough light. Thankfully, the use of electrope has allowed us to fortify the buildings here, as well as provide what nature cannot. Electro what? Electrope. The material we use for myriad devices and applications. A topic for another time, perhaps. If you would follow me, we're nearly to the outskirts. Oh.
Here we are. Though you'll doubtless find much of what you see in Alexandria strange, the traditional agriculture practiced in this village at least should be familiar.
You changed your clothes before you got here. You were dressed like a...
Queen's Fiend? What business brings her here, I wonder?
The Queen has come!
I don't need to call her that.
You look well, Paquine. And Catogne, I see you've already taken to your new position.
When she introduced herself as Queen, I was expecting someone colder. Honestly, she reminds me of you, Namachi.
Me?
It's only natural for a ruler to love her people. And I should like to know them as best I can, even the most trifling details.
The more you come to know them, the more you grow to love them. Who they are and what they've built.
That's it. Beautifully put. And it would appear that she is well loved in turn.
So,
Your Majesty, you honor us with your presence. And who are these fine people?
Tuliolol's vow of resolve Wuk-Lamat and her companions. They come from beyond the barrier, but you needn't worry. They are good people and are to be treated as my honored guests.
The rumors of a link to the outside are true, then. Wuk-Lamat is still so young. Where are my manners? I am Papone, a leader of sorts of people living out here.
Papone? That is a Tonawautanri to it.
Right you are. I take it you hail from this region as well? Teshpiani, perhaps?
Yes, I do. I don't suppose you know a woman by the name of Kafkiwa?
Kiwa.
Kafkiwa. I'm afraid I'm not sure if I've ever met someone with that name.
Oh. Mother isn't here. But it's a relief to know at least some of the people of Yasolani are alive and well.
Your mother, you say? Now that you mention it, I do see the resemblance.
You know my mother?
I do. Yes.
Then tell me, please, where is she?
I cannot say. Not here, but I promise I will in due time.
I have a question, Pepone. Do you recall what happened the day the dome first appeared?
The barrier? Well, I remember fixing a shelf that had collapsed after a terrible earthquake. Then the ground began to tremble. There was a brilliant flash of light, and then... Forgive me, my recollection of it all is rather poor.
You needn't push yourself, Papone. After 30 years, no one could blame you for not remembering.
30 years.
30 years? As in 30 years in the past?
Absurd though it may sound, there is no doubt in my mind the events that led to the joining of our lands occurred 30 years ago. Which is not to say I understand why our perceptions of the intervening time are so radically different. We only just became aware of the discrepancy when Zoralja's military base was completed, and we were at last able to venture beyond the barrier.
I believed you long dead. To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
Ah. That's what it meant.
30 years. Little wonder Zoralja assumed our father had already passed away.
It's not unlike how time passes differently in the First and the Source. The fluctuating space of the rift between them disrupting temporal equivalence. Perhaps the same holds true here, and time flowed faster within the dome. I cannot say for certain, but I strongly suspect that to be the case. And based on the Queen's account, this encampment may have come to serve as a physical bridge between the two planes, after which the dome was forced into the source's temporal flow.
If we're to be certain of anything, we need more information. Sveen, would it be all right if we had a look around and spoke with the townspeople?
By all means.
Time to see what we can see of Alexandria, then.
All right, everyone split up.
And its people. I may yet find familiar faces among the survivors from Yasolani.
Even if I don't understand the half of it, I would learn more of this place before we confront Zorolja.
All right, well, I'm gonna go.
Perhaps you'd care to see how we make our living. Though we have always prided ourselves on the use of traditional Tonawatan farming methods, the use of electro-fueled technologies has led to countless agricultural innovations.
I would join you as well.
Oh, you guys have fun with that.
You needn't trouble yourself.
It's no trouble at all. And I promise not to cause any manner of distraction.
Reassuring words, or they would be had I not heard them countless times before. Very well, but do be careful.
Doobie.
Of course. I shall proceed with the utmost care. Now then, if you two would follow me, we can begin the tour.
What do you mean, you two? Clement her axe?
I can't say that I trust her yet, but I trust that her affection for these people is genuine. And that's enough for me.
Have to come back up. Are you coming or not? Hold up. Looks like this might be the end of the road for a minute. Yeah. The rest is probably going to be locked behind story stuff. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like I've unlocked all I can for this half of the... car. Jumping car. Latrop has done much to improve the efficiency of their farming, but hasn't replaced everything. The people wanted to preserve their old way of life, and we did not want to force ours upon them. We went to such lengths so that our cultures could coexist, even going so far as to learn our tongue. I'm sure everyone appreciated that. We already spoke this. Communication was thankfully not an issue, but the Turali tongue is surprisingly similar to Alexandrian. Of course, there are a few words and phrases for which there are no equivalent, but those can be taught with minimal effort. Through mutual respect, understanding, and patience, we Alexandrians and Turali have learned a great deal from one another. And I am sure there is much you wish to learn as well, so please, if you have questions, do not hesitate to ask. I need to use the restroom really quick. Alrighty. More food. They are giving me a ton of food. Rather than bore you with lengthy explanations, let us head back to the farm we passed earlier. UP Halo. UPA. Upai's Halo it is called. We could speak with one of the farmers when we arrive. I guess we're off to Upai's Halo. This makes sense. Allow me to introduce you to Mahusa. Mahusa. She's well versed in myriad farming techniques. Indeed, the wealth of knowledge she has shared with the other farmers is what has allowed this place to flourish. Queen Sphene, to what do I do this sudden shower? To what do I owe this sudden shower of praise? I can read. My apologies for the interruption. I am come with guests from beyond the barrier. They wish to learn more of Alexandria, so I invited them to see how our crops are grown. I do hope that's all right. This is fucking awesome. So the rumors of visitors from the outside were true. What manner of hosts would we be to deny them a look around? I gather your majesty also intended to check on things here? You know me too well, Mahusa. I thought to seize this opportunity to see how the farmers fare and perhaps pepper them with a few questions, though I do so enjoy observing and taking part in the work too. It would appear we have permission, so please walk the grounds to your heart's content. So the thing's on their head. You go on ahead. I'll keep Sphene company. Don't misunderstand. I'm not the suspicious type, but given our positions, it would make sense for us to go around together, wouldn't you say? A fair point. But be sure not to let me out of your sight. I shall remain under Wuklamott's watchful eye. Pray, come find us after you've seen your fill and spoken with the other foreman. Alright, I've seen my fill. Let's move on. I'm not a farmer. Things on their heads. What was Zoral Jaw and that dude I fought at the end of Vanguard? And he said something about wasting souls. And the rumors about the City of Gold, you live forever and never get old. And what were they pulling out of those bodies with the gun? The souls, possibly? So I'm wondering if they pull the souls out of the bodies, harness them in those things, and then when you're about to like die or whatever, you just like use a new soul to refresh yourself. That's my working theory. Light levels appear to be fine. As for the power source... Oh, what are you doing here? No, I don't. They just told me I have to. I tend to the fields mostly, watering the crops, keeping the soil fertile, and so on. I admittedly took some time until I fully understood how best to carry out my duties. I also manage the lamps we use in the fields. We do our best to keep everything up to code. But should they ever start to malfunction, it's up to me to fix them. The land and sky begin with air, then reaching rich, hard. Both my parents being Alexandrian, I didn't grow up knowing much about anything about farming. Every day is an opportunity to learn and grow. Okay. That last sentence was fine. Hinnick. Oh, an unfamiliar face. I gather this is your first time on site then? Well, this here's the storehouse, or rather the entrance. The real storehouse is underground, much more spacious, and equipped with a temperature regulation system to keep the harvest from spoiling. Neat. Since the entrance is so small, it's much easier to prevent wild beasts from wandering inside, which also makes it a viable facility for breeding and raising livestock. We've even got a few beds down there for emergencies. Alright, nice. My parents often complain about how Alexandrian technology and electro complicate our lives. It's just a matter of learning how things work. Got it. Take my job, for instance. I'm presently overseeing the storage of harvested crops. Good for you. They'll be taken up for tower processing, and from there find their way to the dining tables of Alexandria. They work hard, take great satisfaction in what we do. Good for you. Oh shit. I'm riding the thing. Keep away. Keep away. You're saying that you and yours are visitors from your RR. Is that true? Sure is. So it is, which means we're connected to the outside world again. Not that I have a desire to leave, mind you. I'm quite content with the life here in Alexandria. Good. But setting that aside, you're here to observe our work, right? As you can see, I'm in charge of the livestock. That's great. Here at Yippie's Hollow, we produce not only fruits and vegetables, but also meat, poultry, and eggs. Okay, that's great. Tending the animals is an absolute joy, but I have to be careful not to grow attached. It's always a little sad when they're shipped off, but a job is a job. Yeah, I get that. Well, I need to get back to it. Nice talking to you. I see. Don't be hard on yourself. Anyone would have been hard-pressed to deal with such a thing. Oh, welcome back. My apologies for failing to notice your return. I gather you've had your fills of speaking with the farmers? Yeah. Then let us return to Mahusa. Well, what are your impressions of the farm? A curious observation. Do you not love your own work? Oh, but I jest. It's true that the people of the outskirts seem the most fulfilled. Always they take their duties with good cheer. And what do you think of our little tour, Lamity? What did you call me? That inappropriate? My apologies. I heard the others call you by that name and I thought... No, it's fine. As you said before, we've no need for titles and formalities. As for my thoughts, I was very impressed. The machines could be used to overcome so harsh an environment is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. Our side quest about learning about farms. The feeling is understandable. Indeed. Main story quest. About learning about farms. Indeed, many still find the machinery behind me baffling. It's a system that controls the distribution of water for the fields and livestock. It's been acting up lately, though. Well, go get someone to work on it. Acting up, you say? Oh, we have to hear about this. You needn't worry, my queen. It happens fairly often. Put simply, it's taken in water that had strong lightning charge. I think some creatures have become charged up with the energy and they're releasing it to the river we use as a source. The system would return to normal as the creatures were dealt with, but I'm reluctant to beg it of the army. We could take care of it if you'd like. Yeah, we'll go kill some monsters for you. There's just things that are trying to drink water. That'd be most gracious of you to offer, but it's much too dangerous. Oh, it's no trouble for the valor resolve of Tuliola. Regardless of how the relationship between our nations may develop, if there are people in need, I want to help. Simple as that. And Valak is even stronger than I am. It shouldn't take us long at all. Then very well, I gratefully accept, but please take all care. Smile. Warrior of Light nod. This ought to go even faster if you and I search for lightning charged fiends on our own. Good hunting. Such ominous music. I wish I could keep listening to this when the battles start, as much as I like the overworld. Hey, Static, how you doing? How was the hike? It didn't like it one bit. Aww. Oh, that's like in range. All right. I haven't really used that. Way too vertical. Ah, it's fine. It's fine. It gets better. It's just hard if you're not used to them. Probably stick to one path too. Hope you packed plenty of supplies like water and stuff. Ba-da-da-da. Why am I getting... I need you to kill that thing so I can get back on my mount. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Vroom, vroom. I haven't been on an actual hike in a minute. I just go for walks, really. There's plenty of trails out here where I live. I should like download an app and find one and go for it. Especially while I'm on this vacation. At least get one in before I go back to work. You really needn't have worried so much. We barely broke a sweat dealing with the fiends. They're all gone now. Of course I was worried. You're my dear guests. We barely met. But thank you. We truly appreciate this. Indeed, with this, we don't have to ask Zoral Jaw's machines for help. Zoral Jaw. He's been making a concerted effort to bolster his forces, sparing but a fraction for the people's protection. He thinks nothing of our safety, unlike Queen Sphene. I know, because he just wants the folly of war. I want everyone to learn that peace should not be taken for granted by starting a war with the whole world. That's enough, Mahusa. If you have grievances, I will hear them later. But to speak of the king now... No, she's right. He's never been one to look after his people. Anyway, thanks for letting us tour the farm. The folks here are delightful, and it was a pleasure to meet them. Couldn't have favored us with more uplifting words. My people are my pride and joy. And you never fail to let us know, nor how much you care. And I don't blah 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 blah. Of course, you're my precious family, all of you. You seem a good sort, Sphene. That I'll admit. But you'll forgive me if I'm not ready to lower my guard for the enemy queen just yet. For you to be called that, I dread to imagine what villainy your majesty has committed. Murder? Acts of war? Now, this is no laughing matter. A ruler is responsible for the welfare of countless lives, and one wrong decision can lead to untold suffering. Failure is unconscionable. Now I believe we are done with the farm. Let's move on, shall we? Oh, hold on. I forgot to do something. I know, at least I can just do this. Perhaps we should head back to the outskirts. I dare say your friends will also have returned by now. My thanks again for dealing with the fiends. Come and visit us anytime. Need some fiends dealt with? I'm in the business of dealing with fiends. Do you hear that? Uh-oh. Something's amiss.
What's happening over there?
Oh, the sacrifice.
It's nearly time.
I'm glad you could make it.
Are you with us?
Queen Sphene has come to see you.
Bracelet.
We're here, Namika. Everything is going to be all right. What's the matter, dear?
It can't be. That's the bangle I gave to Namika.
That's what they called her.
You know her.
Of course I know her. She was like a mother to me.
I see. She was always willing to lend a kindly ear to others, but rarely did she ever speak of herself.
Is it really you?
She must have arrived shortly before the barrier manifested. For us, it was perhaps days, but for her...
Namika, it's me! Wuklamat!
I'm afraid her time with us is nearly at an end.
Has she no more soul cells?
She always used hers sparingly, but at her age, it wouldn't make a difference.
Ma'am, the ushers have arrived.
Soul cells.
Thank you, Namika, for your many years of friendship. Take comfort in the knowledge that this is not the end. Be not afraid. Your memory will live on in us.
living on in memory. The giants share a similar belief.
Wait, where are you taking her?
Worry not. She is being escorted to a medical facility in the tower. There we will ease her burden. I had hoped to make arrangements for her sooner, but she wished to remain here for as long as possible. I could not bring myself to refuse her.
Is there any way I might stay with her for a little while longer? We may not share the same blood, but she was my mother. Please.
Let us give them some time alone.
She didn't speak, but I'm grateful that I could be with her at the end. Thank you.
Oh, she died now?
It's not the end.
Hmm?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that we have much to discuss. Where shall we begin?
With what we can be reasonably certain of, perhaps. Between what we have witnessed and the testimony of Alexandria's inhabitants, it's safe to say that two distinct lands have indeed become one. What's more, having met Namika, there is no denying the divergence in the passage of time. Taken together, these phenomena strongly suggest that some manner of cross-rift displacement has occurred. Specifically, the displacement of Alexandria from another reflection to the source.
It does seem the most likely explanation.
What perplexes me, however, is the scale of said displacement. It far exceeds what could conceivably be achieved with a Void Gate, or even with the Crystal Tower. In essence, we are dealing with a localized instance of dimensional compression. The Ascians would no doubt liken it to a rejoining.
Huh.
Which invites the question, how was such a feat accomplished?
Whatever those people were.
I wish that I had an answer for you, but this talk of reflections and dimensions is well beyond my understanding. I can only tell you that we lived peacefully under the barrier's protection for many, many years, until the day that peace was suddenly broken.
This is where I'm going to have a.
If I may clarify, the barrier predates Alexandria's displacement.
By several hundred years, yes. To when the continent we call home was ravaged by a devastating cataclysm. The barrier was erected to isolate us from the surrounding land's noxious influence.
I see. And it was only later that it was whisked away, along with its contents, by means unknown.
In other words, Sphin's as lost as the rest of us, right? The Alexandrians didn't mean to end up in Tural.
But of course, our next stop ought to be Everkeep.
What was that all about?
Remember. Once you have been registered as my guests, you will have access to Solution 9 and its residential district, where you will doubtless gain invaluable insight into Alexandria's state of affairs. Unfortunately, I cannot take you directly to where Zoraljar resides.
That you'd let us in it all goes a long way toward proving you're not content to let Zoraljar do as he pleases. But we're not talking about a simple difference of opinion here. I've come to avenge my father. And to do so, I intend to take Zoraljar's life. Are you willing to stand by and allow Alexandria's king to be slain?
Old words?
A fair question. Permit me to answer it thus. My people come first. Their welfare is paramount. I will do everything in my power to keep them from harm. It is a ruler's duty. Now, I am off to register you at Everkeep. It may take some time, but you shall find the entrance open to you in due course. Oh, and ere I forget, your mother, Kafkiwa, you might try the Thunder Yards to the east.
The Thunder Yards? Is that where she is?
Maybe. I said try there.
I'm afraid I can say no more than that. Make for the Thunder Yards, and all will be made clear.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's not as if we have other
I
pressing
caught that.
business. Not until we can get into this Everkeep, anyway. Thank you for earlier. And for being a friend to Namika these past 30 years. It means a lot to me.
Namika? I'm sorry, but I don't know who you mean.
Oh boy, everything's getting creepy now.
We were just with her. If this is some sort of a joke, it isn't funny.
I don't mean to give offense, but I honestly have no idea who you are talking about. I'm sorry.
How can you not know who she is? You're in charge here. She was under your care.
Then in all likelihood, my memories of her have been stored in the cloud. Any person seemingly forgotten without reason is probably there, in the cloud. Oh, I really must be getting back to work. If you'll excuse me.
Yeah, of course. This is the part where I, as the warrior light, want to get my friends to go. It's all right, guys. Come on, let's move. Let's go to the Thunder Yards. Move along. Move along. We can discuss this later. In the cloud, where all of our souls go. All right. I was gonna say something, but I forgot during that cutscene. Damn it. What's going on? How can Piopane suddenly forget about Namika? As if he never knew her. Could the same thing have happened to the others as well, I wonder? There's only one way to find out. Let's make inquiries about Namika. No! How about we go fucking east of the Thunder Yards? I don't want to talk about the dead old lady. Oh, I know. I was going to say, I think it's funny that their town, the residential area, and they're like, oh, we can set you up at in the residential section of Solution 9. Like, oh, good, Solution 9. That sounds like a place you would, you know, go and kill people. You must stay at Solution 9. An old woman named Namika? I'm afraid I don't know that person. Yep. Okay, see, that's all. I just need to talk to one person. I don't need to talk to 3. I like you guys to go do all your legwork and just report back to me. Oh, we got side quests already? I do recall caring for someone until recent. I say it was a woman named Namika. Well, can't say for certain if it's her. I wouldn't worry. I'm sure she's just been taken up to the cloud. The cloud. She's in the cloud. What's this? Do I know a Namika? Never met anyone by that name, and I've worked at the outskirts for a good while now. Alright. Oh, shit. I'm just gonna fly through the town on this floating head with wings and arms. That'll scare the people. Put that in your cloud. So it was the same for everyone. Not a single person remembers Namika. As if the memory of her has been purged from their minds. Well, such a thing might be done with magic. To alter the memories of so many at once would be a tremendous undertaking. We would have felt a surge of ether corresponding to the act too. And I sensed none of that in the moment. Sensed none in that moment. Neither did I, but I did know something else. Right before Pipoane seemingly forgot, a light in the device on his head began to blink. I caught that too. Could there be a connection? Someone also said something about soul cells. I'll give you special cells, but who might we ask about this if we continue making such inquiries? I expect we would only cause... Indeed, if we can't readily solve the mystery about Namika, perhaps we could search for Kakuya instead. Scene said to try the Thunder Yards. It should be in this direction. East. What an odd angle. That's been possible. Huh? Another kind of mechanical soldier? It looks dangerous. We better destroy it. That is what you say looks dangerous. Ah! That's what you call dangerous, Wuklamat. Should we give chase? I think it understood our words. It might be worth asking it some questions. Erinville, are you all right? You look like you've seen a ghost. It's nothing. I'm fine. Well, it went off in the direction we're headed anyway, so let's try to track it down. Oh, I gotta get this stuff. There's the gemstone trader that I'm gonna need. How many have I done? Just the one or two? One. Do 5 more. Do 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 blah 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 blah. Alice, standing on a rock. Trial over there. Things so slow on the ground. Aaronville. Let's see what they all say. Doo 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 doo. I must have passed Uklamat. There it is. It doesn't look dangerous. To the northeast. Then it must be bound for the mines. Come on then. It could be a trap. I'll rush in too quickly. I'm rushing in quickly. I like something real quick. Do 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 do. Orgle. Hold on, before I get off the dog. I heard faint voices coming from inside. So it's not alone. But we're still going in, of course. This may be a trap. Be ready for a fight, everyone. I'll go in last. I can hear them, several people up ahead. I can't make out their conversation with the echoing. Let's keep going. Stay on your guard. Consider myself on guard.
What is this?
Aaronville!
They got guns.
It really is you!
Mop.
Huh?
Huh?
Who?
I just had to get a look at you in the light. And I can still hardly believe my eyes.
Oh.
But it is you, my darling, you understand?
My darling, what now?
My darling, what now? My fussy little bun bun. I'm gonna fussy little bun bun.
Why the long face? Aren't you happy to see me after all this time?
I know that laugh anywhere. Mother?
Wait. Since when was your mother a weird floating thing?
And what have we here? Say, aren't you Guru Jaja's kin? I knew I recognized that adorable fuzzy face. MSQ was always so excited whenever you invited him over to play. You remember me, I hope?
I can't say that I do, but you know my father?
Appearances notwithstanding, it would seem this is my mother, Kafkiwa.
I'm sorry?
Say what now?
Oh, this won't do. Come in! Friends of my MSQ are always welcome.
All I ask is a little forewarning, but no.
What is going on?
Just when I thought I was starting to get a handle on this place, how are things still getting stranger?
Ah. Oh, the music. As far as I can tell, this is indeed my mother. I can think of a few people in the world quite so spirited. But as to what happened, we'll need to ask her. Let's hear what she has to say. It's so wonderful to meet you all. And the students of Baldessian. It's been a while since I heard that name. Dare I ask the reason for your appearance? Oh, this? It's just a body that I can control, that I control remotely. I use this for our operations. We're members of the resistance organization Oblivion. We call ourselves, and our goal is to thwart Zoral Jaw's ambitions for conquest. As the leader, it's prudent that I remain where I can't be easily found. I see. Whimsical appearances notwithstanding, yours is a serious cause. Right you are. Truth be told, Oblivion was founded for an altogether different purpose. And that is... killing the Queen. Oh. As I expect you've already noticed, everything you see within this dome, the buildings, the people, the very earth beneath our feet, is a fusion of two worlds. Stopping such a fusion was Oblivion's original mission. And does that mean you know who or what is responsible for it? I'm afraid not. This was a long time ago, and our mission statement has become more of a legend that's passed down to members. By the time we joined, our sole objective was stopping Zoral Jaw. Oh, but we failed to do that, and now he's taken his army outside the dome. None of you wear those strange devices on your heads. Does that have something to do with your work? You mean this? It's a regulator, the pinnacle of electrope technology. And that we don't wear it is indeed related to our operations. What exactly does it do? Allow me to explain. Regulators have two primary functions. First, as the name suggests, is the regulation of the wearer's reserve of souls. Should they die, the regulator expends a soul to bring them back to life. Reserve? You mean people walk around carrying spare souls? They do. Souls are packaged in cells, and they can be used to replenish the life force that is lost due to sudden death, such as in accidents. They do nothing for those who die of old age, though. Distribution of soul cells is based on one's work evaluation to encourage exemplary performance when fulfilling their duties. Souls as a common resource in payment for services rendered. The void-sent practice of consuming others for their aether comes to mind, and similarly, I expect that the act comes from with some risk. Remember the guns? Oh, Zero, hello. Forgot what that one's name was. The music. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. That is prevented through memory management, a process in which regulators also play a role. Memory management? Then the reason everyone has forgotten Namika's existence. The regulators are constantly recording the memories of their wearer, so if they should suddenly die, their memories can be refreshed as part of the restoration process. This is how they preserve one's identity and sense of self. However, the regulators are also triggered when someone else dies. Reason being is that regulators forcibly extract memories relating to the deceased from anyone wearing one. Why would they do such a thing? It's a kindness bestowed upon the people by Everkeep's core system, so that no one has to suffer the pain of loss. So this is what is meant by their memories being in the cloud. Indeed, all memories of the deceased are wiped from the minds of the people and archived in the system. It's a frightening function of the regulators and an integral step in soul cell production. Yikes. You see, when a person dies of natural causes, their soul is temporarily housed within the regulator. It is then delivered to a facility where the memories are separated from the soul. The result is a fresh soul cell, free of impurities, ready for distribution and consumption. I got another cell, hell yeah! I got a 1-up. An extra life. Meanwhile, the memories are stored in the core system to be remembered forever. And this is why people are happy here? On its surface, it's similar to the Yakui philosophy, but I see nothing no more comforting in it. Well, it doesn't seem so terrible to me personally. All comes down to what you're used to, I suppose. Like the barrier encasing Alexandria, this system was created to overcome the calamity that transformed the world hundreds of years ago. Amidst the mounting death toll, scientists used Electrope to devise a means to save what lives they could so that the nation could endure. I understand the people of Alexandria did what they believed was best to save their people. I just find it hard to believe that Terali would also accept this way of living. It came as a shock to us as well. In fact, a great many were opposed to it. Which is why the use of regulators was never compulsory. The people have always been free to go without them, if they so wish. Spain didn't strike me as the sort of ruler to impose her will on others. Ah, you've already met her. She's the one who suggested we come to the Thunder Yards in the first place. She also said she wants to help us stop Zoral Jah. Awfully kind of her to point you in my direction, and to speak so candidly as well. Whatever her motives, she has given the people a choice. Live with the risk of true death, or the security of the regulators. Everything that lives must someday die. That's just the natural order of things. Quite right. But however you feel about them, it would be easier to understand what the regulators are capable of if you saw for yourself. I know just the person to show you, and as luck would have it, they should be starting work right about now. Who are we going to see exactly? Come with me and you'll find out. Come with me if you want to live. Or if you want to live forever. I see natural causes. Is that just old age, or does natural causes mean like a heart attack? That's just like, I don't know. Geode. One fella reckoned you could dodge him by jumping back the instant there's a flash, but that's crazy if you ask me. Do it 100 times for a fucking weapon. Whose weapon did you get from that? Was that Lulu's? I don't even know where I'm supposed to go. Oh, I'm supposed to leave Herod. Everyone here? Good. It is the responsibility of the Thunderyard's hunters to fell any fiends found wandering the area. We're to meet an acquaintance of mine, Strika, one of these hunters. So slow. Slow. Dun, dun, dun. Kakuya. Kakuya. I already forgot her name. What are you doing here with so many friends? Apologies for the interruption, but I was hoping they might observe you at work. Hunting, you mean? That's fine, I guess. Hold on. I assume they were wearing special regulators like Queen's Fiend's crown, but they're not wearing anything at all. It's much too dangerous to be here without one. What if they're struck by lightning or attacked by beasts? I can assure you they're all quite capable of looking after themselves. If anything should go amiss, I will take full responsibility. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Danger aside, there isn't really much to see. Kakuya said you're a hunter, but wouldn't it be easier for those mechanical soldiers to guard this place? Kakuya. It would, if not for the fact that they're weak to lightning. The Thunderyard being what it is, they've been ordered to steer clear. Some good they are, but these facilities are vital to upkeep of Alexandria's infrastructure, so if it falls to hunters like me to deal with any fiends, given the danger, we're well compensated for our work. It's a perfect profession for anyone looking to build up savings. Special selection of souls for hunters isn't terrible either. I brought this lot here to see this. This danger you speak of. If it's not too much trouble to ask, of course. In which case, it'd be a shame to waste my efforts on just any old beast. You can handle yourselves in a fight, right? If you cause a ruckus slaying what critters you see nearby, there's a chance you'll draw out something worthy of a demonstration. Kill 5 enemies, fight 1. I'm not sure I understand, but I suppose we should each slay what we can. Dude, I slay all the time. Is that a word? People still say it like that? Dude, girl, you are slaying. I don't know. I'm just gonna help get these out of here real quick, if you don't mind. All right. You cowards! Another one, huh? Oh no, that was happening. I'd have just done this. Where's the thing? Got him. Run a wolf. I wonder. Oh fuck. Stay back. I've got this under control. This one will do nicely. Oh, you're a monk. Of course you are. We'll help you. No, you won't. It's fine, really. I faced worse. Just watch. I don't like the looks of this. Let us help. Oh no. Look out! Our... Oh, preserve. She needs healing. She's dead. What? This thing's bringing her back to life. Can I get one of those for the next, like, raid I go on? That was embarrassing. Bastard caught me off guard. Are you mad? Seriously, let us help. Told you not to worry. This will only take a moment. Good thing that that wild animal just stood there and watched us. Oh. Let us have this conversation. Excuse me. Just like Zoral Jaw. Come on, let's get out of here. There's also a function. That's also a function of the regulator. I think I understand now how Zoral Jaw was able to return from the dead and defeat Papa, but I'm not sure what we saw at the end there. As soon as the regulator turned red, it was as if you were possessed. Your movements became beast-like. Don't tell me you empowered yourself with the soul of a beast? I'm reminded of the Serpentine soldier we encountered at Vanguard who did the same. You've crossed paths with one of the King's elite. Such a form can only be achieved from gorging yourself on souls. We could do the same in theory, but it's incredibly dangerous. Besides, it's not as if they'd allow hunters to carry that many souls to begin with. Well, I should be getting back to work. Take care. And there you have it. Regulators can be loaded with two kinds of souls, those of peoples, those of beasts. Souls of people can use to grant the use of preternatural strength. Naturally, they can also be used to ensure no one suffers an untimely death. And what about the souls of beasts? They work much in the same fashion, imbuing you with the strength of the chosen animal. If, for example, you use the soul of a wolf, you would grow more agile and feral, as you saw with Strika. Using several of the same type at once, however, would result in physical changes. Your teeth might become fangs, your nails claws. Too many, and you'll become more beast than man. Changing one's form to the souls of other beings becomes more and more reminiscent of Void Scent. Yet, unlike the Void, where the cycle of death and rebirth is simply broken, souls here are forcibly taken before they might reach the ethereal sea, different means to achieve similar ends. Cycle of which all within the dome are bound. This is wrong. This is all wrong. It is indeed hard to accept, being so far removed from our own beliefs. Perhaps more shocking is that the technology to achieve all this was developed hundreds of years ago. Civilizations in the reflections are surprising indeed. While we all have our thoughts on souls, for now the important thing is we know that what power Zoro-Ja has at his disposal. It's one thing to separate corporeal ether from incorporeal ether, but to strip memories from the soul entirely is unprecedented technology. This is no longer only Tulu'yal's concern. With this newfound power, Zoro-Ja has become a real threat to the entire world. Indeed, he has to be stopped, no matter the cost. Right. More cake. Trust you've gained an insight into the use of souls in Alexandria. It's shocking, I know. I was overwhelmed myself at first. I expect you'll need some time to digest it all, but for now, let's head back to Earth and Sky. At this rate, there is something I want to discuss with everyone. Let's take a moment before we head to the tunnel. Oh, we got some ether quests over there. One moment. All right. Domebreaker. Sorry for delaying us, but I have some thoughts I need to share. In both technology and values, it's plain there's a wide gulf between Tulioil and Alexandria. Rosarolja knows everything about us, we know hardly anything about what he's become. Indeed, we haven't even seen what lies within that enormous tower at Everkeep. So here, I'd like to make a proposal. That is, we work with Kaktia and her people. We need to learn as much as we can about the enemy. The quickest way would be to join hands with Oblivion. We've only just met them, I know, and we shouldn't be too quick to trust, but the fact remains that they share our desire to stop Zoralja. Sven, too, claims to be at odds with the King of Resolve. May I ask you why we would cooperate with Oblivion instead? It's simple, really. The leader is Erenville's mother. Meanwhile, whatever Sven may feel, she's a ruler of this nation. There's a great risk in working with her, and less reason to take her at her word. A fair point, and knowing Zoralja, we must assume that his arrangement with Sven was not made without some consideration. All I know is that it would be heartening to have allies in this strange realm. I think everyone would agree that any help we can get would become welcome. Hold on, there's no guarantee that it's actually my mother behind the machine. Without seeing her in the flesh, we can't rule out the possibility of a ploy. If it turns out to be a trap, we endanger not only ourselves, but everyone in Tuliola. As you say, we have no proof that it's really Katya. But I make my proposal in full awareness of this. Whether we're going to war or striving for peace, we need to learn as much as we can. Otherwise, we can't hope to do anything meaningful. As it stands, we know too little about this realm. We need to remedy that. We need to study the enemy, and when the time comes, strike down Zoralja for good and all. What's more? Smile. I trust you, Erenville. You've always had great instincts, honed from your time trading under your mother. Music, here comes the lads. We're gonna go walking in. Tancred and your Anche gonna come walking up. What if I'm wrong? What if sentiment is clouding my judgment? I trust you as well. Always the way of it with you. Fine. If you're set on this, then I'll say no more. Smile. Then it's settled. Let's head inside and secure ourselves some new allies. Hello, Loon. Just laying there staring at me. I know you're talking to a cat lady. It's not what you think, Loon. I swear. You're yawning more than I am. All right. Come on. Katya, there's something I need to tell you and your people. We came here for no other reason than to strike down Zoraljah. Oh, I thought he was your brother. You really mean to kill your own kin? Fucking hold on to Lou. My kin invaded our nation and murdered our people. As our resolve, it falls to me to bring him to account. I am prepared to do what I must, and I won't hesitate when the time comes. Like us, you and yours oppose Zoraljah. In light of this, I propose that we work together to stop him once and for all. Whoa! I realize that this is sudden, that it's a gamble to trust someone you've only just met. But I would trust in the conviction of anyone who shares my goal. So fight with me. I beg you. As you say, our goals align, and I don't doubt your resolve in the least. If you hadn't proposed working together, I would have done so instead. Truth be told, it's been tough going it alone. While we've gathered ample intelligence, we don't have the strength to take decisive action. Besides, how could we not trust you? My only son is with you. My fussy little bun. He's all the reason I need. Then it's decided. Here's to a fruitful collaboration. Thank you, Katya. Everyone, together we'll achieve great things. I'm sure of it. And let's not waste any time. We've been wondering about Zoraljah's. Is there a palace inside the tower? After a fashion, the king resides on the uppermost level, but while Queen Sphene has a penchant for going out in public, he seldom shows himself. What's more, his movements are highly classified. Not even his commanders are privy to that information. If anyone knows where he is at any given time, it could only be the Queen. Even if we don't know his whereabouts, Zoraljah will eventually march on Tuliyollal again. That's when we can go after him. The drawback is we'd have to wait for the invasion to happen. Innocents could be put in harm's way. There's also the possibility that he'll leave everything to his minions and not command the army in person. No, he'll take the field. What makes you so certain? My brother has always yearned to surpass our father. That's why he attacked Tuliyollal. After waiting for 30 years, the first thing he wanted to do was demonstrate his newfound strength. But killing Papa didn't satisfy him, so now he's bent on proving himself stronger than me and Kona, who bested him in the right of succession. He challenged me to strike him down. He wants a duel to show everyone that he's superior to the Dawn Servant. He won't let his minions deprive him of the pleasure. And why hasn't he appeared and given you your chance? Surely he's aware of our presence here. After that, I can only guess. Perhaps he wants to dazzle us with his wondrous realm. But if he won't deign to appear, then we'll force him to. Even as we gather intelligence, we make no move to attack him. Show absolutely no interest in a confrontation. Knowing him, he'll tire of waiting and turn his attention to Kona instead. He'll attack Tuliyollal again, like he said he would. I see. If you believe this is the best approach, then we have no objections. Any campaign against Tuliyollal requires that Zoraljah lead his forces through Vanguard. We'll have lookouts keep an eye on it day and night. Such a strategy is certainly viable. If we're proceeding with it, though, we should warn those. Indeed, we'll need time to prepare their defenses. I should be glad to coordinate our efforts. I'm already in regular contact with the Stola, and we'll make sure to keep our comrades appraised of developments. You can leave Vanguard to us. We'll send word at the first sign of movement. Seems we have a plan. While we wait for Zoralja to move, you do well to prepare for battle, and it begins with familiarizing yourselves with technology that empowers him. Oh, moving? Okay, bye. To that end, I'll show you to Oblivion's main headquarters. Oh, I thought this place was it. Oh, you'll be impressed to know that we're located right inside that tower in the residential district of Solution 9. Hiding a tree in the forest, as it were. The only question is how to get through the checkpoint. How about that? Sphene said she'd make it so we could enter without issue. She did? Curious. She's not supposed to have such authority over the sentries. If I recall correctly, her words were that she would register us as guests. I see. Perhaps we're in the clear then. When you're ready, come and meet me at the tower entrance. Before you head out, give us a moment to introduce ourselves properly, eh? Eh? After all, names are good to know when we're working together. Ah. While Oblivion has operatives all over, we're the main crew here. I'm Geode, leader of this hideout. And the dependable young twins behind me are Nostalgia and Wayakui. I'm Nostalgia. It's a pleasure to meet you. My sister and I were born and raised inside the barrier. We've been with Oblivion for 3 years, and our main duties are surveillance and provisioning. Twins, eh? That explains the resemblance. Wayakui is a Tanawatan name, unless I'm mistaken. That's right. Our mother is Tuliolan, and our father is Alexandrian. They wanted to honor both cultures. They're beautiful names. Thank you. Though I have no memories of my mother, I like to think I carry a part of her with me. What made you decide to join Oblivion? We're doing this, aren't we? Get to know the NPCs, so we will feel bad for them when they die. We wanted to avenge our father. What am I saying? They don't die. No one dies. Just people. Ambrose was his name, and years ago he was taken away after a scuffle with a soldier over a disagreement. It was a minor incident, so at first we clung to the hope that he'd be released. But when months went by with no word from or about him, we made the decision to remove our regulators. We had already lost the memories of our mother. We didn't want to lose those of our father as well. They've all forgotten about him now, everyone who had known him. Bastard, even here he thinks nothing of his own people. Sometime later, we were approached by a member of Oblivion, hoping to get justice for our father. We joined the Order. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to darken the mood. It's fine, let's go. No, I appreciate you saying this. Together, we'll avenge your father. Thank you. Something tells me you have what it takes. You introduce yourself too, go on. It's pretty much the same story for me. Yeah, I figured. And while mine is a Tonawatan name, I haven't the faintest how things are outside the barrier. My dream to go and see it with my own eyes, our mother's homeland. Once peace is restored, you must come and visit. The wilds are beautiful, the food delicious, and everyone is so nice. You'll love it. And that's us. You'll meet the others in the back room. That's our headquarters. Some of them are a little eccentric, but they have good hearts, all. Ah, Eleneshpia. One last thing. It isn't exactly my place to say this, but thank you for seeking out Kachia. She talks about you so much, it's clear how important you are to her. That's all. Be good to your mother while you still can, eh? We'll let you know. We'll let you go now. Feel free to use this hideout as you like. Yay! I got cake. A hideout and cake. Can I get into Solution 9? Meanwhile, in Everkeep. All right, we're gonna get to. I know when it comes to this, they're gonna be. They better. Let's see. I'm getting comfortable. I'm willing the voice acting into.
You've been consulting with Wook Lamont. No matter. I do not know what you are scheming. But when your realm lay on the brink, you were powerless. You had no choice but to turn to me. Whatever sentiment you may feel for her, it is my power you require. Is it not?
Perhaps. And yet, knowing the love that Wook Lamont bears for her people, how she regards them all as kin, I cannot help but wish to spare her the same pain I have suffered. What's more, her friends possess new knowledge. Were we to work together, we might find another path. I know you're loath to consider it, but is there no hope for peace with Tuliolo? What we've already done may be unforgivable, but it needn't continue. You needn't kill your brother and sister.
I slew my only flesh and blood. Yet you attempt to sway me with an appeal to family.
That's what I was thinking. He doesn't even consider them.
The memory of my father's final moments still fills me with disappointment. Age came for him before I did. For long years, I sought to prove the miracle. And weak as he was, defeating him achieved nothing. To kill them is my only recourse. Wook Lamont and Kona, who bested him as he was in his prime.
They are still your siblings, even if not by blood. That such bonds should mean so little to you.
I am bound to no one. Serve none save myself. I made that clear when first you spoke to me in the Golden City. Remember, I can easily kill your beloved family. If you would protect them, cast aside any foolish notions. Your wisdom and abilities are valuable insofar as our goals align. So think well before you act, Queen of Reason. Wook Lamont, if you are Father's worthy successor, then you will find your way to me. But should you fall short, I will lay waste to Tuliolal.
What now?
Right. Katya is waiting. Let's head to the tower. My item level, it's evil. I don't have materia and everything. Where am I going? Go away, defective turret. There you are. Queen's Fiend has registered you as guests. You should be able to march right in. And if she hasn't, then you may have a swarm of Zoralja's minions to deal with. Let's go. I'm ready. Nothing for it but to see a Fiend has betrayed us, eh? Thank you. Thank you for your diligent service, friends. My companions and I would like to pass if you'd be so kind. Outrunner guide mode. Guide unit identified. Register number verified. 6 accompanied civilians identified. Verifying credentials. Credentials verified. Welcome, guests of Queen's Fiend. Sweet. What a relief. There you have it. Seems the Queen was true to her word. Follow me, everyone. Solution 9 awaits. Oh boy.
Everkeep, a tower of electrope piercing a perpetual shroud of storm clouds. Occupying the 9th level of this 12-tiered structure is a residential district called Solution 9. In so naming their home, what hopes did its founders harbor for it? And did it prove the answer they sought?
Spectacular, isn't it? There are more districts throughout the tower, including industrial ones, but Solution 9 is the largest.
Just being here makes my head spin.
Perfectly natural reaction. A city of shimmering electro, replete with strange technologies that cater to every conceivable need. We never dreamed the light back home in Tuliolo.
Wow.
While I go and explain the situation to those in the back room, why not take a moment to explore? I believe lived experiences are far more educational than dry explanations. And you want to know more about Sven and Zeralja's dominion, do you not?
You had me at explore.
I had a feeling you'd be keen.
Just to confirm, while we have been allowed inside, are we also permitted to roam?
Absolutely. As Sven's registered guest, you'll find you're exempt from the sentry scrutiny. The elevator to the uppermost level. I wouldn't go near that. But other areas should be fine provided you act like you belong.
All right then, we'll show ourselves around.
Yes. Familiarizing ourselves with the technology here will help us prepare for the battles to come.
Try not to enjoy yourselves too much, or you're liable to attract attention.
Once you've explored to your satisfaction, come to the entrance to True View in the eastern sector. The way from there is a little complicated, so I'll send someone to guide you.
Understood. We'll see you later.
Bye.
I shall speak with the residents. Perhaps one of them will recognize the earring.
What's with this place? How can this all be the inside of a tower?
So, what aren't you telling me? Where are you?
That I can't reveal yet. Precautions, you understand. Just know that I'm safe. But come, tell me about your adventurer friend. You seem to have a great deal of faith in him.
Ugh.
You must have been through a lot together.
Yes.
You might say that.
Save the world.
For instance, we found the entrance to the Golden City.
Wait, what? You did? Elnashpir, why didn't you mention this sooner?
You want to explore together? It's not that I'm scared or anything. Everything is just so different from home is all.
Towers inside a tower. I see it, but I still can't believe it. But for now, I say we'll proceed straight ahead. If we feel like we're getting lost, we can always turn around and go back the way we came. Oh. Oh, that's the Aethernet, huh? Oh, here we are. Oh, here we go. The next big town, huh? Solution 9. Chill out music. Trader, summoning bell, trader shop. Google. I wonder what that quest is. It's blue, but it's in town, so I don't think it'd be an Aether current. Oh. Is this how we're gonna do it? Beam me up, Scotty. I have to see what this quest is gonna give me. No, 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 no. I go the wrong way. Oh. Emmeline Ironheart. Oh, that's the name I haven't heard in a while. Dearest Hillsby. She's my twin sister, you see. Haha. I haven't seen her for 30 long years, not since I was trapped during my exploration of Yasulani. It brings me great joy to know she's well. Pardon me for asking, but might I see the notes? She always did make such bold strokes of her lettering. Here. I've added my own notes. Some of the information may seem improbable at best, but maybe the truth is in every entry. Were I younger, I'd set in search of... Oh. Do. Is this the shopping mall over here? Food court? I'm digging the vibe. What a place, man. I'm actually kind of blown away. At that point where I know I need to log off, but I don't want to. Like everything, I just like the way it looks. I like the music. Really nice hub city. All right. I wonder if those things are gonna hold on. I have to go look at something. This is just me, my curiosity. A lot of people over here. Electrical, splendor, script. Miscellany. Air wheeler dealer. 7.5 million for the fucking motorcycle car. Holy mackerel. I didn't mean to do that. I should have been my samurai for the experience. Merchant Mender, Gemstone Trader. Like it's still not better than what I'm wearing. Alright, I'm sure I'll just have to come back here when everything's unlocked. But I just wanted to see if this was going to be where the stones were going to be for gear. Wahahaha. Ugh, a crossroads already? This place is too much. I have no idea where I should go. Right, I made up my mind. Let's head to that building over there. Cool. I'm so glad I did this first. Oh, she didn't go anywhere. All right. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Ah! There you are! Lamati!
Sphene!
I was worried you might have had trouble at the checkpoint, but I see everything went according to plan.
Well, that's thanks to you.
Now, I know you've scarcely arrived, but I have a request to make of you.
No?
Oh, a request, you say?
Yes, an important one. I'll say it plain. I want you to make peace with Zeralja.
What? I thought you said you weren't on his side.
We have come no closer to seeing eye to eye, nor do I condone his methods. Be that as it may, I don't want you to fight him. I don't want you to regret a decision made in anger and haste. Unequipped with regulators as you are, the risk is too great.
I appreciate your concern, but you ask the impossible. Zeralja murdered our father. His minions slaughtered our countrymen. He will never renounce his war. As vow of resolve, it falls to me to stop him. I know you love your people too, and so you must understand how I feel. Why I cannot, will not back down.
I do understand. All too well. Let me say only this then. Zeralja will use any means to win. If you would protect your people, return to them at once and prepare. Prepare as best you can. It may ring hollow coming from the queen of an enemy nation. But unlike me, you still have the power to determine your own fate.
You really are a curious one. Look, you needn't worry for us. We have dependable comrades holding the fort in Tulihiola. They'll keep everyone safe, so we can devote our attention to affairs here.
Yeah.
Please.
Nod. Warrior of Light nod. I won't yield on this either.
So you have comrades on whom you can rely. I envy you.
You know, we'd like to learn more about you.
About me?
To be frank, we're still not sure whether or not you're trustworthy. So, if you have a moment, would you show us around the district? That way, we can get to know you better.
I already explored.
You're asking me, the Queen, to show you around?
Don't touch my face.
Oh, but I jest. I'm flattered that you've taken an interest in me.
She jests a lot.
Well, I shall be your guide. You're my guests, after all, and teaching you about my realm would be a pleasure in and of itself. If you like, I can introduce you to my citizens, too. I consider them family, as you do yours.
By all means, we're in your capable hands.
That you are.
That
This
you
will be
are.
an enjoyable and enlightening tour, I promise.
Are you gonna unlock the vendors for me? Or I don't get homestone gear till like level 100 or something. I didn't see what level. Let's begin then, shall we? I must say I'm really grateful. This place is so vast and confusing, I didn't even know where to begin. What is that? It's like a floating balloon pig thing. Alright. Oh, I wasn't even... I forgot this was on auto. Now then, seeing as it's right here, I will show you to the Nexus arcade first. Please follow me. At least I got all the things, so should be able to travel to all the spots she wants to show me really fast. Or we'll just walk there in a cutscene, which is fine with me too. Oh, music. This complex is home to all manner of shops, from food and daily necessities to technological conveniences. You can find most everything here. Everkeep's interior is vast, as you've observed. The arcade makes it possible for people to acquire what they need in one centralized location. Amazing. How do we get to the upper levels? I don't see stairs. Do you see the glowing pattern over yonder? This is an automatic conveyor. Such contraptions are found throughout Everkeep, allowing us to swiftly move between faraway places. That will spare us some walking. Are they also made from the strange metal? What's it? Yes, the conveyors are powered by electro. As a matter of fact, the ore is integrated into just about everything in Everkeep, even the floors and walls. By etching arcane circuits upon it, electrope can be used to convert lightning energy to those of other elements. In so doing, we can achieve various effects. For instance, a conversion to wind produces flotation, which is required for the propulsion of our flying vehicles. A conversion to fire, meanwhile, produces light and heat and is employed in devices such as street lamps and heaters. There are even self-heating cups that keep your drink warm. Can you make a drink cold if you convert to ice instead? You certainly can. Our vending machines do just that. What's more, multiple energies can also be combined to produce some clever effects. For instance, by manipulating the air with wind and while projecting light with lightning, it is possible to alter one's appearance. Almost scary what you could do with electrope. Such a wondrous material existed in our world. I imagine everyone would be fighting over it. Yes. I see that look. Warrior of Light will notice. Uh-huh. I caught you. The shop over here, what does it sell? Ah, yes, let's go and take a look. I dare say you will find it interesting. This shop sells food. Oh. That's food? I can't imagine what they taste like. I thought you might be surprised. Your countrymen were too in the beginning. Come, you must sample something. Choose one and I will purchase it. Welcome, friends. How lucky you are for Her Majesty to treat you. The 5 items on display are our most popular food. I recommend one of them if this is your first time. Select an item that interests you. Oh, I get to pick. Black and yellow tin, hexagon patterned bag, long rectangular bar, liquid filled pouch, slab of pink hexagons. Grapes, water, protein bar, rations, who knows? Keen on a perfect meal bar, are you? It's all the nutrients your body needs packed into a single foodstuff. Flavor is formulated to never taste dull. One bar will satisfy you for a whole day. What do they all say? I want to see what to just... This here is a cultivated steak. It's not quite the same as the real thing they produce in the outskirts, but it's site more affordable. Pressure is known as gold label. Ugh. Oh, I just got a little bit of regurgitation. Gold label makes me remember Cuervo. And it's delicious hybrid of beef and chicken grown in the plant of the 4th level. Okay. What about this one? Ah, yes, the salad paste. Ugh. Oh. I want salad paste. Ah, the revivifying tonic. I take it you're thirsty? The flavor is a sublime blend, sweet and salty. And it tastes fresh for over 10 years thanks to this special container. Finally. Synthetic fruit pellets are our best approximation of the taste and texture of grape. You like how they're hexagonal? Like that little throwback? I've never tried the real fruit, so I can't say how healthful they are to... Alright, I'm gonna get this one. I'm going to have the steak. I'm absolutely starving. Thank you for your custom. It's being Her Majesty's treat. It's bound to taste all the better. Say, would you mind sampling your selections here and now? It's been a long time since we had newcomers, and I'd love to see your reactions. Uh-oh. What if we hate it? That guy's getting very aggressive. It's a great chance to learn about Alexandrian culture. Let's dig in. I'm gonna eat my meal bar. You have your synthetic steak. Amazing! I've never had any meat like this before. It's tender like chicken, but flavorsome like ronique, and the spices give it just the right amount of kick. I could eat this every day. Yeah. Ha ha ha. Don't mind them. They're just happy to see your honest reaction. How about you? Pretty good. I've never had a fantastic meal bar. It was such a pleasure. My thanks for humoring me. This does take me back, though it was chaotic when people of Tuliolal first arrived. We endeavored to learn more about one another and embrace our differences. Smile. All right. What about you, Sphene? Aren't you having something to eat too? She's like dead. She doesn't eat. I appreciate the thought, but I'm fine for now. Thank you. She's like a robot. All right. Well, what's your favorite food, if you don't mind me asking? My favorite food? Why do you wish to know this? Because I want to get to know you better. Why else? There's more, the more you know someone, the more you grow fond of them. That's what my old man believed, and my experiences have led me to believe the same. My favorite food. Is it such a difficult question? For some people, yes. I'm sorry, it's just when I think of those who labor to bring us food, I find I can't settle on one thing. I thought I was indecisive, but you're something else. Indecisive? Perhaps I am. You don't need to laugh about it. We're mocking your queen. Uh-oh. Okay. Next. I don't know about you, but I'm satisfied. Let's keep moving. Very well. Next, I was thinking of showing you the residential sector, but it's in part, so I can't tend to personal. It's a visitation to be priced, and I believe it'll be education for you as well. Would the two of you mind accompanying me? Not at all. Wonderful. Let me know when you've seen a... Can I get more food from you? I'm trying to. I didn't see the upstairs part. Should I go buy a 7.5 million motorcycle flying bike? Materia vendor and melder. Okay. Right. I know they're just not unlocked yet, so I'm just... Oh yeah, here we go. Do 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 do. Dun, 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 dun. This is Mosaic, a cafe. Here you can buy drinks to enjoy while you relax. I see. In Tuliola, there's a similar ceremony called Zavrala of Tai. That's seashell in the local tongue. There's a story behind the name Mosaic? There is. In our continent, the races are named for stones. There's Hyun, who resembles some Tonawata, tall and graceful Eldite, and the diminutive and affable Mialala. When they all gather together here, they appear as a mosaic of colors. Thus did the founder choose to name the cafe. Yeah, that's nice. If they served tacos here, it'd be perfect. What's a taco? A traditional Turali dish and one of my favorite foods. You must try it one day. Oh, yes, definitely. We'll make it happen once we restore peace to Tuliola, right? Let's continue on. Brent. Let's go faster. Unlock shopping. And here we are. The buildings are where our citizens live. They're massive. Each one is bigger than the palace. They have to be. Where just about all Alexandrians have apartments here. Lest you wonder, I'm here to visit some people. Their apartment is in the building on the left here at resident radius 9 through 914. Residential radius? That's right, come. The door opens automatically. Dun, 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 dun. Have to get the lore. Hey, Sven, can anyone live in this place? Naturally. In fact, many of our countrymen make their homes here. No matter your origin or race, occupation, or regular usage, all Alexandrian citizens are eligible for an apartment. Sounds nice. This includes those who you met in the work in the outskirts. You've taken care of everyone for 30 years. I'm truly grateful. I do hope you like the district. This is the lobby, common area for residents. What does that machine there do? Ah, the concierge. They look after the residents. If you require assistance or have questions, they would be glad to assist. That's so. I have no shortage of questions, but I'll direct them at you for now. By all means. This is the place. A mother and son live here. Hello, Isadora. Your Majesty, you came. I have friends with me today. Is that all right? Of course, friends of the Queen are friends of ours. Please make yourselves at home. How has Milos been? There's been no change, but the symptoms are thankfully mild today. Hey Milos, have you missed me? My son was born with Levin's sickness, a severe etheric imbalance towards lightning. As a result, he suffers from paralysis. He cannot walk and struggles to speak. For a blessing, he still has his hearing, and even on bad days can communicate with his eyes. Sveen visits often, does she? She does. Milos simply adores her. He sometimes even manages to smile when she's here. What of yourself, Isadora? How are you holding up? You needn't worry about me, Your Majesty. You always make the time for us when we have everything we need. Glad to hear that, but you mustn't strain yourself, understood? There's nothing you can do for him? Perhaps a treatment with souls, or... Unfortunately, no. While souls can revive those who have met in an accident, they cannot reverse the effects of old age. Man? What are you doing, man? You're not supposed to be up there on that counter. Get down. Come on, Loon. Get down. Truth be told, many children are born like Milos. The illness has existed for generations, but we've been unable to find a cure. The cause is quite clear, though. The excess lightning in the environment. It's no coincidence the number of cases has risen dramatically these past 30 years. It's all my fault. What was that? I heard it. I'm sorry, Isadora, but I must be going. I promise to make a proper visit next time. Treats to share. There's no need to apologize, Your Majesty. If it weren't for you, Milos, and I wouldn't still be here. Bug or something? Thank you, Queen Sveen. My pleasure, Milos. I'll be back soon, so be a good boy for your mother and for me. My thanks for accompanying me on the visit. The illness is a part of life in Alexandria, and I thought you should know about it. We'll find a cure one day, mark my words. We'll make it so unfortunate children like Milos smile again. Ooh. The level 98 quest. I can't turn it in. Well, let's continue the tour, shall we? Look, you obviously have duties to attend to. Citizen select effort. We can stop here if you like. Oh no, I do this because I want to, so please do not worry. Next, I'll show you one of the district's most vital facilities, a place called Resolution. To reach it, you'll need to go by way of Lenode 9, where the Aetherite is situated. Worried the cat's gonna do something crazy. The conveyor ahead will transport you to the government sector, where Resolution is located. The markings on a conveyor indicated right now. Extremely. Doing? Hope you're not trying to eat that plant. And here we are, Resolution, the operational heart of Solution 9. From Resolution, we oversee the running of the district to provide essential services to citizens, such as welfare support and job introductions. It's quicker to show than tell, so let's proceed.
Strange contraptions everywhere you look. What's that?
An infusion station. It dispenses souls in exchange for credits. Through hard work, citizens...
I fell down some stairs. I needed to get a new soul.
Souls. It's the way of life for Alexandrians and has been for quite some time. But I imagine it must be difficult for outsiders to comprehend.
That's putting it lightly. To be honest, it sounds disturbing. Still, I won't dismiss it out of hand. Practices like these don't arise from nothing. There's a reason why your culture is the way it is, and I'd like to understand. Won't you tell us some of your realm's history?
With knowledge comes appreciation.
Very well. Be warned, though, that it may take a while.
Figured. I didn't get the...
In the distant past, over 1,000 years ago, it said, lightning energy began to swell in our world.
Definitely Final Fantasy IX music.
According to ancient records that date back around 8 centuries, the rainy season spanned a quarter of the year, during which time severe thunderstorms ravaged the land. 4 centuries later, this season had lengthened to nearly half the year. The trend continued, with our ancestors spending longer and longer languishing beneath storm clouds. Crops failed and livestock starved. But amidst this growing desperation, a miraculous material was discovered that promised salvation: electrope.
The stuff that's used everywhere here.
Indeed. One day, when out inspecting a forest after lightning had caused a fire, a villager came upon a curious black ore none had seen before. Testing revealed that the ore possessed a singular property. It could store lightning and convert it to other energies. In that instant, the scourge of endless storms became a blessing. Dubbed electrope, the ore found use in myriad inventions and dramatically improved people's lives. So much so, in fact, that all nations soon became dependent upon it, despite the difficulty of obtaining it in quantity. Supply was chronically scarce, and when nations couldn't meet their needs with their own deposits, some resorted to taking electrope from others. Fighting was isolated and sporadic until electrope came to be used in warfare. First in the weaponry of invaders, then in the countermeasures of defenders, and then in every aspect of combat where an advantage might be had. This served only to exacerbate the ore shortage, leading to further escalation. Before long, the entire world was engulfed in a terrible war known as the Storm Surge. As the war came to a head, Alexandria's neighbor Lindblum committed its stores of electrope to the production of a weapon of
There are
mass
definitely
destruction.
9 places.
They deployed it on the front lines and triggered a
Solution 9.
calamity of frightful magnitude. Not even their own scientists had anticipated the force of the lightning that was unleashed. The energy inundated the entire continent, laying it to waste.
So that's how your world came to be this way.
Put in mind of the flood of light.
You truly know a great many things that I don't.
Uh-huh.
I should like to learn about you too sometime. But to continue the tale, the people of Alexandria had already lost much to the war. They lost almost everything else to the Levin. Those who survived bore deep scars, tormented by the memory of loved ones taken too soon. Though they yet lived, the cruel spectre of death was with them always. Seeking a solution, our scientists turned once more to electrope, and after extensive research, they developed the means to preserve memory and soul. Physical death isn't the end. So long as our memories endure, we may live on. This belief sustained us then, and it sustains us now, granting us comfort.
That's quite a tale.
Question. What's the point of your memories living on if no one can remember you?
Your Majesty, help me! I beg you, help me!
What's the matter?
I've got no souls left. Not a single one! But the lot at Soul Supply refused to give me any! Please, you must do something!
My apologies, Your Majesty. This man, he does no work. Instead, he drinks his days away on Trueview.
Yeah.
He has only himself to blame if he has no credits for souls.
That's not true! I'm a fighter at the Arcadian. Or rather, I was. I haven't been allowed to fight because of the King's decree. It isn't my choice.
I see. You're a brave warrior of the arena. I want to help you, I sincerely do. But I cannot give you preferential treatment.
Then open up the Arcadian again, so I can fight!
I'm sorry, but that's not my decision to make. The king requires feral souls for war. He doesn't wish for them to be expended on amusements.
You're useless! A queen in naught but name!
Insolent wretch!
What was that?
How dare you take that tone with Her Majesty?
It's quite all right. Such things don't bother me, nor do I think ill of this man. Hear me. Though I cannot grant you a soul, I mean it when I say I want you to live. I love all of you equally, dearly. You are as family to me, and it pains me to see you deny yourself hope. I want you to find a happiness all your own, even if you must grow it from the smallest seed of joy. Out there, somewhere, is a reason for you to smile again. We all need to vent our frustrations from time to time. I will always be willing to lend an ear.
Yes, Mum. Of course.
Even without a spare soul, I suppose I'm fine as long as I stay in Solution 9.
Don't drink yourself into liver disease.
I apologize for my rudeness. Good day to you.
Keep your chin up, my friend. And when you feel better, I'm sure you'll find another way to apply your talents.
I can't fight in the Arcadian, so I can't make money.
I'm sorry you had to see that. Let's keep moving, shall we? Right. I believe we visited all the main facilities. With that, I declare our tour concluded.
Okay.
That man from before, does that sort of thing happen often?
Somewhat. It's unavoidable. Hardships are a fact of life. Our soul management system has sustained our realm for generations, but it isn't without flaws. For one, people have become accustomed to having spare souls. Without them, they feel vulnerable and anxious. Some claim it may also have contributed to a decline in births.
Just thinking out loud, but would it be possible to do away with the system?
No.
I know it isn't easy to change one's beliefs and way of life. The Mamolja had their reasons for their reliance on blessed siblings, much as you have yours for souls. But if we defeated Zorolja, you'd be able to make all the decisions, right? Then we could work together to fix things, restore your realm to where it belongs, and see where we can go from there.
Smile.
Listen to me. There's something that I need to tell you.
Something's gonna happen. Because it was ... of.
Of course. Of course. Thanks so much for the tour.
I'm not convinced.
Not only about your realm, but you as well.
Didn't learn anything about her.
Our priority is Zorolja. But once we've dealt with him, perhaps I can return the favor and show you to Lihiolal.
I'd like that very much.
Watching you, Queen. Your Majesty.
It seems I've no choice but to continue down this path. Forgive me, Val Wuklamat, but I must disappoint you.
What's that say on her back? Model number? Number to call for warranty information? Oh. See, I can't turn it in because I'm not level 38. I just can't waste that XP. This will probably be a good time to stop. I'm trying to eat some dinner. It's 10 o'clock. But since I got a lot of stuff done, hey, hopefully no more work next door. Be able to get an earlier start. Really dig deep into more of this. That's going to be all, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. We are in Solution 9, and I can't wait to see where this is going. This story is really taking a turn. I'm super intrigued. I would like to keep going, but I know I should finish eating dinner and get to bed. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. Take care of yourselves.